I think
Are we ready? Okay. Would the accuser Plank would you like to say your statement on what you're accusing Zataro of doing?
Zataro. Do I speak lawyer?
Oh, whoops, Zorado. Oops, guys, I'm a little dyslexic.
Lawyer, do I talk?
Yeah. You may speak. You may speak.
Okay. All right, I am accusing the defendant Zarado of falsely blaming me under the jurisdiction that he did not follow his own rules in his statement.
Zorado, what do you have to say about that?
I am gonna say that I followed the rules that I deemed for the challenge. And yeah.
Do we have any proof of this unfairness?
I'm here.
That's
to
hard
prove...
to see. Okay.
Hello. Sorry. Your
It's okay.
Honor.
It's all good. You may continue.
Prosecution for Plank is cool against Zorado. Here to prove that Zorado unfairly banned Plank from the Discord server by not following his own rules and being negligent in monitoring the chat to make sure that no one else discussed or to make sure that no one else broke the rules. So, Fern, can you please present evidence 3A in the voice chat, please?
Absolutely. Here it is.
Here,
Wow.
That's my whole job. Oh my god!
It's pixelated.
You guys could read that so well, guys.
Yeah, I read it. That's an amazing.
it may be very difficult to see in
funny?
Minecraft, but
Meeps and Rise fucking.
I just found out I'm very dyslexic.
Here. Oh.
Fern, may you please
Yeah.
present evidence 2, in which we can see Zorado's statement to the Discord server.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Zorado states, and I quote, "Alright, if one person and one person only creates a ticket right now, I will ban Plank. No discussing, or the deal is off the table." The no discussing part of this evidence is very important. If we go on to the next piece of evidence that If we look at the evidence Fern presented previously, which I will mark as evidence 3A, we can see the beginnings of a conspiracy involving Meeps as the perpetrator of evidence. We will go on to evidence 3B, which is the second half of that conversation, wherein Meeps is successful in getting someone to type the number 4. This may be circumstantial evidence, but I believe that it implies that Meeps was discussing...
Objection. Speculation.
Overruled.
I did say it was circumstantial evidence. SMH. Anyways.
Sorry. Order.
Wherein Meeps is trying to urge Rai to create the ticket as they were discussing who opens the ticket.
Okay.
I have more.
Fuck.
I don't think that's allowed. I don't think you can do that in co
we have like a security.
He's been assassinated.
Security.
Plank was killed.
What?
He just got assassinated.
Security.
What happened to Plank?
I can't even reach him.
I will go on.
Let
I
me
will
in.
go
Let
on.
me in.
The
Hey, let
bailiff
me
in.
in.
Zorado, let the bailiff in.
Let me in.
Oh, yeah.
Let me in.
No, don't let him in.
Fight!
Oh,
God! Bailiff is dead!
Do we not have security?
Oh god.
Died.
Who gave you the
The security
freaking axe?
died! Security's
The
dead now!
security just fucking died.
Why am I in
Okay, guys,
spectator
I'm
mode?
Zane
There's just like
Ninjago, guys.
there's 4
Plank
assassinations
is
that
Why
happened.
was I put in spectator mode?
Everyone's getting assassinated.
Your Honor, can I
Hayes.
ask that this case be dismissed since the person trying to prosecute?
We will have a break. We will have a break since the current.
Already? You know what? Fine, I'll use it to.
Since the prosecutor is is spiritually or physically not here, but spiritually here.
There he
Oh,
is. We performed a ritual to bring him back from the dead. Oh, never mind.
Where did he go?
This is Plank's last will. If you will read this.
I shall.
Nope.
Sorry, here you go.
People
no
were
worries.
assassinated in the court today.
My last desire is Plasma shall take my place in court if I ever die. All flowers in the courtroom shall be replaced with yellow ones. Someone should be burnt alive in the audience.
Oh, I finally informated.
Justice!
Your Honor, may I continue?
Yes, you may resume.
All right. Okay. Now, those last two pieces of evidence, like I said before, were circumstantial evidence. And I believe with this next piece of circumstantial evidence, we can paint a proper picture of what happened. As you can see in this screenshot, Meeps says, if someone already sent a ticket, I am fighting you. Which implies, well, it isn't implication. It is actually blatant discussion of the situation at hand, saying that no one else better send a ticket. With
Yes,
with these three pieces of evidence in mind, you can see that Meeps was talking about the ticket very deeply in the general server or in the general channel.
This is some really strong evidence. I'm glad to see that. Does the defense have any evidence they would like to show to the stand?
I would like to bring up evidence. For my first piece of evidence, I have to bring this in myself. We don't have a paralegal, of course. I'd like to bring in evidence number 1. The reason why Meeps brought up if someone already sent a ticket, I'm fighting you, is because someone already did. So it is completed. And that person was Plank himself sent a ticket in his own name, which I'm also submitting into evidence into the Discord server. And he himself is breaking his own rule that he is fighting against right now, which is that he is then discussing the ticket before anyone else did. You can see 1334, he's discussing the ticket. I would like to submit one final thing into evidence, a book and quill given to me by Plank, saying, and I quote, 1 cent Venmo to throw the case, which is bribery and a federal crime.
Ooh.
My client is innocent, I swear.
Okay.
Your Honor, I would like
Yes?
to speak on the evidence that has just been presented.
You may.
All right. First of all, I will show back. Oh, can we get this off the evidence board, please? Okay, sorry. Here you go.
Thank you.
If we refer back to the direct evidence from Zerado's initial post, which is evidence 2, we can see.
Putting it in chat now.
Thank you, Fern. We can see that Zerado said, no discussing or the deal is off the table. If the evidence that you provided, which is the chat logs of the ticket, wherein you say that Plank was discussing this situation, doesn't that mean him simply discussing it with all the moderators and people who are able to see the ticket means that the banning is invalidated in the first place?
Well, I would also like to enter a different evidence into chat,
All right.
which maybe it's not perjury, but something even worse. Plank saying, if someone would have, and I quote, we should ban someone, feels like there isn't enough banned people. And then Meeps says, ban yourself. And he says, nah, that's cheating. Someone else has to do it. And then through the course of the timeline, who ends up being the one who bans themselves? So if not only a liar, he's also self-diagnosed a cheater.
That's a plot twist. Does the prosecution have anything to say about that?
Unfortunately, no,
Dorado
I do not, Your
Gilpin.
Honor. But I do have, Your Honor,
Yes.
Are we back?
my bench and I have discussed with each other, and I think that we are ready to start again.
All right. We may resume.
All right.
Was there?
This is an evidence. All right. So, about the evidence that you presented against Plank, how you accuse him of banning himself. I would first like to show you guys. Evidence 5. Fern, if you must, please.
Absolutely. It is in the chat.
All right.
And I put it
We
there.
can see here through the mod logs that Plank is Cool was indeed banned from the Discord server, and 2 minutes later he was unbanned. Now, certainly banning someone from a Discord server means that they are not in it anymore. They are unable to complete any mod actions. And then we will now go on to evidence 6, please.
It has been posted in Discord.
Thank you. In evidence 6, you can see the audit logs of the server where it clearly says Zerado_04 banned. Plank is cool.
First off, I would just like to say all evidence given from the chat is simply circumstantial. Counting, that is what children do. They do it on a daily basis. I was once in elementary school myself. I've seen people count. This chat seems to also just be enjoying to count. I do not see how this has anything to do with that.
I think evidence 3 shows, or 3A, shows specifically why.
Yes.
If I do recall.
Evidence 3A and 3B are definitely circumstantial, while evidence 4 is also circumstantial, but together they paint a proper picture. And I also have direct evidence of Zerado's statement and the audit logs of the server. Direct evidence cannot be ignored. It is not circumstantial. It is not an implication. It is simply fact.
Why is there a sheep?
Your Honor, may I say something, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. Can we have Dragon Boy here not beat the...
Can I get permissions? I cannot do anything.
I feel like this is if
Thank you. Now, if you would watch.
Just the courthouse says it gets set on fire.
Ta-da! I have revived Plank to stand
Welcome back.
back in his place.
I think it actually might be best if I do not call out a witness, but I would like to say one more thing about your side, is that evidence 2 and the ticket log isn't circumstantial. Zerado still sets out a rule, and it is broken. I'm not here to prove anything else other than the wrongful banning of Plank is cool. And since a rule was broken and he was still banned, I would say that it was done wrongfully.
I would like to call a witness.
Yes, you may. Who are you bringing up for this?
Zerado! I'd like to call to the stand.
Okay.
Ran so fast.
Zerado, I'd like to submit into evidence the glove. Zerado, have you seen this glove before in your life?
God damn it!
No.
Well, can you please try on this glove for the court?
I can't put it on. It doesn't
But-
fit.
He's lying!
Glove doesn't fit! You must acquit!
Your Honor, relevance!
Yes. What do I...
Can we
Yes,
strike
I
that from evidence? What are you saying, huh? DB?
The glove doesn't fit.
The glove doesn't fit!
You
It's
must-
that simple! The glove doesn't fit, so you must acquit.
He's not wrong.
But Your Honor, you know what does fit though? You know what does fit on our suspect here, the defendant Zerato? Why, of course, none other than a helmet.
Oh.
It's true.
Whoa, that's
Why
true.
does it keep, why does it keep
Okay, I'll let
appearing
you like that from the record. I would argue helmets fit on all, if not all, Minecraft characters.
It does not fit on me.
Yeah, he's got a really big head.
Yeah, you got a big ass
I-
head. Never mind. I said
I have a
most
messed up
Minecraft
villager head. It
characters.
doesn't fit on me.
The plank got banned. The glove doesn't fit on the hand. That's all I can say.
I still
You can
don't
come
see
down
how
from
this
the
is
witness
working.
stand.
Hold up 1 second.
Uh-oh.
I think it fits. I think the helmet fits on.
The
Plastic
real
Star.
murderer.
Oh,
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh.
no armor in the courthouse.
Maybe.
Is there
maybe
any
you should-
more evidence that's need to be shown,
I think
or any
you
more
should-
witnesses?
I think there should be a recess before one final discussion, just based on I have everything written down, and the judge should probably look over it. So then, you guys have some time to figure out what you're doing, and then at the very end, we'll see what happens. Probably.
I agree. We'll go for a 5-minute recess.
Zerato!
Why the
hell did we get
Diamond sword? Why did you have diamond sword?
How did
I almost had it.
Bring back
Oh,
the
I
someone
think that was
doesn't-
attempted murder. Was that not just attempted
go,
murder we
Buzzy.
just witnessed?
We witnessed
Wait,
It was revenge.
I would like to summarize my side and also present some new evidence.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, essentially, Zerato says that if anyone were to talk about the ticket at all, then it would be off. That Plank wouldn't be banned from the server. And as we can see from the many pieces of evidence both sides have presented during this trial, we can see that both Plank and Meeps have talked about it, both private and in public. I would also like to direct your guys' attention over here to this prison. While there may not be anyone in it currently, Paralegal Fern, can you please present evidence 7 into the chat, please?
Yes, boss. Just 1 second. I gotta copy them both.
All good.
If
As
you're
we
gonna
just-
bring up Xerxes, I will say that was imprisonment for attempted murder on both VBTG and then later on me.
I kind of
Okay,
agree
no,
with
okay,
Zerato on
you
this.
put
I
you
would like to
stand-
question the relevance to this, specifically this
Okay.
court case.
I had been imprisoned before the attempted murder attempts.
No,
Now
you're-
imprisonment
I
would
only
be
imprisoned you after you
be
attempted
rightfully
to kill
so.
BB.
Then
This is true.
then we will strike
This was
specifically
self-defense?
Jaden from the evidence. But I can say that all of us
I
in
can
the
confirm that
server-
this was self-defense. This was when there was a murder spree going on, and I was being attacked. I hit them in self-defense.
I don't think it matters. You're not under trial here.
I agree.
Yeah.
we can, all of us in the server can say that we have all been witness to cruel and unusual punishment happening in the server, as this is Plank's 4th time being banned by Zerato. And that is all. I will rest my case.
Okay. Does the defendant have anything to say to that?
Like for our closing statement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. First of all, what I would like to say is any arguments, yes, I did ban Plank, and yes, I did make the stipulation that there was no discussion. But any argument people have made about whether there's been discussion directly about the tickets has never been proven directly. It's all been circumstantial, whether it was related or not to the tickets at hand.
May I bring up the evidence that your side presented of the ticket log in which Plank and many of the mods are directly talking about it?
This is a closing statement. You cannot talk to the closing statement.
All right.
Okay.
But
My
even though
apologies.
I will answer that. Plank was still open with the idea of the challenge, even after he had discussed it privately in the logs, meaning that that was still agreed upon as within the rules that I had set. Plank did not have a problem until after he had gotten banned. So, I will state that he should be equal in what parts of this he has a disagreement with. But yeah, anyways, the counting was just counting. There was no direct. They never said, hey, we're gonna do this ticket. And the biggest piece of evidence that I have as to them not discussing the ticket, there was never, not once, a single ticket made that was not by Plank. How can you say that they schemed to create a ticket that was never made? And that's my closing statement.
Woo! Yeah.
All right. Well, Plank. Come up and say
Hey,
his
shut up. Shut up.
closing statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, in your honor, thank you. Thank you for having me here, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here for this. I would like to further restate the point of the rules of this. The rules were specifically, as defined by Zorato himself, which I'm sure you could agree to. One of them was specifically that any discussion whatsoever would invalidate the entire process. And even if it was me who discussed it, there were no specifications as to who it had to be. And prior, I had opened up 2 tickets to invalidate. However, it was pointed out specifically the first rule that it must be 2 separate people. So we're picking and choosing here which rules we're deciding to follow and which ones don't really matter. I think anyone in the audience who's worth their wit can clearly see that discussion was made and clear allusions and statements provided that the rules were not followed as they should have been. Thank you.
Okay. I would also like to bring up that in the server, in rules, rule number 7 is that you don't talk about bans, whether it's yours or others, just keep it between you and the staff. Would that mean that everyone in this court right now is breaking a rule?
Yes, they're all banned.
That's true. We should.
Immediately.
That rule doesn't matter. That rule doesn't matter.
I should not join
that's
you.
when the rule doesn't matter.
That one, yeah, objection, irrelevance.
Yeah, but you're recording. Ban them.
Like, when do I kill them?
I'd like to add something about the Rule 7 being invoked there, is that beneath the rules it states, moderators reserve the right to interpret these rules and enforce them as such.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, wait a second.
we've got 2 mods on
Read
this
the
side.
fine
and
print.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait. Actually, yeah.
That's the
You know
fine
what?
print
I'm
under
gonna
the
invoke.
rules.
I'm gonna invoke my right. The final fine print rule. Mods have the right to enforce the rules
Objection,
as they see
irrelevant.
fit. So
This is not important.
I banned
This is
Plank
not
rules
important
because
to
of because I
conversation.
deemed it fit. I banned
Order in the
Order.
court. I would like to hear what Zarada had to say. I'm sorry. I
agree.
barely heard that.
It says that that the moderators have the rule to that they are able to enforce rules as they see fit. I believe that enforcing the rule to ban Plank was fit. Okay, bye.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, go on.
At this point, it's stipulation. It's just a slippery slope. At this point, we're just going off of anything. If we're following each and every rule in the server, at this rate, every single person inside of this room should be tried for their crimes. If we're specifically following, once again, as the defendant does, cherry picking each and every individual rule just to further his point, when are we drawing the line? I ask you, are you here wanting to be tried for every single rule in the server? Should we look through every single person's message and see if they're following the rules? This is insanity, Your Honor. We're dragging this case out, and I think the case should be closed.
Good job. Good job.
That was a really good statement by Plank. After hearing all of this, I believe that... Oh, this is difficult. Okay. I believe that Zerato is not guilty. That is my final statement.
Well, he's still your ruler.
Wow.
But I do believe Plank was wronged. We could charge fines. Actually, wait, hold on. Sorry.
Wait, what?
My bad. No.
Fine.
If I was wrong, that means he's guilty.
Wait, hold
No,
on.
you
Yeah,
already
no.
claimed not guilty. You can't be tried twice. Let's fucking go. I
They
love
didn't say-
America.
they didn't
They
say-
haven't
I love
ever hit. They
America.
haven't ever hit.
Order of the court.
Order,
They
yes,
did not
order
say.
the
They
court.
did not state. They did not state court is adjourned. So therefore, the verdict is not final.
Okay.
Also, I don't agree, so it's not fine.
Your Honor. I'd like to point out that if I was indeed wrongfully banned, that means Zerato is guilty. And let me tell you, I suffered severe mental distress from my ban. I was not able to talk and spend time in my favorite server because of the actions Zerato took against me.
Can I bring something up to evidence?
Yes, you may.
Plank is cool. Messaged me saying that he was in the shower when he was banned, meaning that he did not miss any time in the server.
In the shower because I was
Phone
in
could be
tears.
waterproof.
He sent me a message. I
Also, I
send a
responded to
screenshot.
you in the shower, so that further proves that I can be on my phone in the shower. Although I feel as if this is slightly irrelevant, but my phone is
When do you
waterproof.
take showers?
Every day, typically at like 2.
Yes,
This
you may
is
get
cool,
like a
bro.
5-minute recess.
Yay!
I need to visit Sunshine's grave.
I heard.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
That's not
happened to
how the
court?
plan. That's not how
there's been a terrorist attack on the courthouse.
Welcome to prison.
What?
Who did it?
is that legal?
The courthouse is
What do
gone.
we
now.
do now?
When the fuck
What do
did
we
he get
do
in the
now?
nether?
Well, what is going on?
We're just playing
There's been a
Minecraft.
terrorist attack.
Make Minecraft.
Thankfully, well, I mean the judges are still alive. I guess.
It's anarchy.
You
We
see,
have to go.
this is Plank.
I
This
got to
is
go
why I
home.
didn't want to let people out of the courtroom.
Yeah.
I knew
That's
something
fair.
like this would happen. I knew something like this would happen when people left the courtroom.
Anyone who runs off gets /killed. If I see you run off, you get killed.
And also
Oh.
/clear at a.
Damn.
Yeah.
What
the
the
Yeah.
flowers?
What the
gone?
frick?
Some
I had a
people have like
flower.
diamond armor and shit. I'm not letting that slide.
Can I have my flower back? Who's a
Can we take
peony?
resin from the resin farm at least?
Is there a hole?
Where the
Oh,
frick
shit.
is mine?
Oh wait.
Don't
Oh, what
go in
the
the hole.
Oh, shoot!
Do not go in the hole.
I didn't mean to fall in. My bad.
You weren't there. for
Nobody
the-
here, other than
It's
people who have
fitting.
op, can break or place. Nobody could have put that TNT.
Wait,
Other than
who's,
people who have op.
Who's talking? Oh, Jaden. Jaden, what's your name? Sturksy? Easy.
Oh,
Alright,
no.
case closed.
No.
He always dies first.
Okay, as the judge, I am ready. Based on the evidence provided by both the prosecution and the defense, I declare that Zerato is not guilty. For further reasoning, please consult the scribe. Okay, would you like to explain?
Alright,
Order.
Let's go.
The judge is biased.
Actually, the judge is not biased.
Well,
they
this
were
is-
they were on the fence.
This is America. It doesn't really matter. It's corrupt.
There is
Zerato's
so
rich,
much proof
so-
against Zerato.
Would
They
anyone
still
like to
chose
hear the
see that he
reasoning
was
then?
innocent.
Would you guys like to hear the reasoning?
Zerato is guilty.
Zerato is not guilty, and he might be guilty of that. You know, that's different. So, for this case, Zerato is not guilty. The prosecution was accusing him of breaking the rules of his little ticket event, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. Where he states, in the prosecution's evidence, he states that if one person and one person only creates a ticket right then, that he will ban Plank, no discussing. He states one person, does not state how many tickets, nor if it can be more than one or it has to just be one. This means that if Plank did put in more than one, it doesn't matter because he was still the only person to put in the ticket.
Bro, did you
Second-
forget the entire second point?
No, hey, I'm getting there. I literally, that was my first point. Okay, that's my first point. Let me look at my
Are
book.
there 2 judges?
No.
No,
no,
I'm
Henry's
the
just speaking on me, like helping
James
me,
the
cause
judge.
like, yep.
I'm the consult. So another piece of evidence that you guys had, the prosecution had,
Can
was
we
that
silence this dragon? It's loud.
It's getting ever so close to the
There we go.
to the Heckler Legion.
you discussed it. That was not brought up
let
in
me
evidence.
guess,
That was
I'm
not brought up in
exempt?
evidence.
I'm exempt?
That was not brought up in evidence.
Oh my goodness.
There's no
This is
physical
a
evidence here.
absolute failure of a judge.
Bro's calling this kangaroo court.
Does not
Okay, look,
even
it-
factor in the
This court has
evidence.
been nothing but serious.
It sounds to me
any
like
of the
Plank
evidence
only
that
counts
was
in certain times.
in any of the evidence, it was never once shown that Plank actually discussed the ban. There was no proof of him discussing the ban.
What about the ticket? I discussed the ticket.
The ticket is not the ban.
No, but the rule was if anyone talked about opening a ticket that the thing was invalidated. Are we stupid here?
Well, no, there was no
They are.
definition of what you were not allowed to be discussing. He just says no discussing. That could mean anything. It's not clear. Therefore, the rules are not like you can't accuse somebody of. He wrote the rules. He can do whatever he wants. Okay.
Hold
What do you
on. No
expect? What do you
I think
expect?
this should be declared a mistrial. I think this,
This
should
is a
be declared
mistrial.
This is a mistrial.
This is clearly no sound bind is being used by the judge right now.
So
I think we should have another judge. I think this
Nope.
judge is
That is
been
not how-
bribed or perhaps
Not
has
how-
been received a lobotomy because clearly they do not have their cerebral function.
Judge, I just have to say you're being severely insulted
Yeah.
by the
You can hold him in
prosecution.
contempt for this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually.
He's
you
not
can
the
hold on-
judge,
yeah.
though. He's not the
You're-
judge.
Your Honor,
Alright,
I
hey, no.
apologize for my client's insults.
But I think it would be best if you declared this a mistrial and left it to
said they had a
someone who's
lobotomy.
a bit more confident in their case.
I don't think that there is any way to be.
You're
more
not even the judge. Shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking
oh,
little
there's-
scribe. Insanity. What the fuck is this scribe talking for the judge? What kind of court is this? Where
This
does
is
this
a kangaroo court, I've been saying.
and come up? This is
Plank.
insanity. This is
Plank.
madness.
This is not a
Like,
This
Planky
isn't the,
school
this
Your
isn't
moment.
the
short
way that
temper is
court is
not
supposed to
helping.
go. We can't argue. Unfortunately,
Your short
that doesn't
temper does
help our
not
case.
help
I wanna go
anyone.
home.
It only makes you look more suspicious.
He's not
hold on,
the
hold
Your
on.
common
defense.
court.
Oh my!
You're the prosecution.
I'm
Hold
not-
on, my prosecutioner attorney. I'd like to mention you something.
Oh, you did.
Your Honor,
Okay, if this is declared a
Yes.
mistrial, I would just like to say that you can easily hold Plank, like accuse Plank of perjury or whatever, because he did try to bribe.
No, I didn't. There's
Who
no
the fuck cares
evidence.
about bribes? The White House blew up.
Your Honor, I'm very sorry
Yeah, why
for
did we move
the
past
insults
that?
that my client have made against you, but he brings up fair points that I believe that the evidence has been misconstrued. I would like to move for a mistrial, please.
I mean,
I bow my
Okay,
head.
we'll count this as
You
a
are the
mistrial.
I don't think
judge,
there's-
though.
What?
God damn it! I was hoping it's
We should just give everyone swords and last one standing gets to decide the verdict.
I like that
Oh
idea.
yeah. Yep.
I will
like
take
that
no
idea.
part in
Trial by
bloodshed.
combat.
oh god, I just oh
I must say, everyone in this court deserves to be fired because they have no idea how to do their job.
And after everything I've seen, I do think that this trial should be considered as a mistrial. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you, Your Honor.
alrighty, round of applause.